Right then, straight in with this, like there's no dick teasing whatsoever in this title. It is my understanding that my favourite academy prospect at Manchester United, Timothy Fosu Mensah, is going to be on the bench tomorrow. Not in the squad, not just like chilling out at the team hotel, which has been rumoured tonight. He will be on the bench, according to the little birdies that I've been talking to, tomorrow against Arsenal. So, what does that mean for the Arsenal game? Well, probably means nothing because he's going to be coming off the bench if he gets his debut at all. I think we're going to struggle with Arsenal's pace, especially hitting us on the counter. Teams love to hit us on a counter, and teams with the ability of Arsenal's are really going to hit us on a counter. And I think we would expect to have a significant period of time where we've got our backs to the wall a little bit, which is where we can hit them on a counter with our little speed demons. And I'm hoping Marcus Rashford is in the side again tomorrow because he absolutely deserves it. If there's any incentive that you can give to young players, it's here's how you graduate from the bench to the first team. When you get your chance, you take it with both hands. And Marcus didn't just take it with both hands, he grabbed it, hugged it and nearly strangled it. So he deserves his chance in the first team tomorrow, as does Joe Riley, who's still not put a foot wrong in the first team. And going off the last few weeks where I banged the drum for Riley and he managed to get it in there, and then I banged it for Rashford, Matty Willock and Joe Rothwell, and they got in there, and at the same time, Timothy Fosu Mensah. I'm absolutely buzzing. This is what we wanted to see from Louis van Gaal and Manchester United. Give the youth a chance. Do you know what? Some of them might not be good enough, but you give the chance and you find out whether they are or not. Sink or swim, Tam boys. Just take it with both hands when it comes your way. We're just going to have to talk about Fosu Mensah, aren't we? What to expect when he comes on? No idea, because there's about half a dozen positions the lad can play. He can play as a holding midfielder, a box-to-box midfielder, a left-back, a right-back, a centre-half. Because he's so versatile, I think it's probably a real good thing for him to be included in the squad tomorrow. Because if we do get any injuries, and let's face it, we're probably odds on to get some more injuries, he can slot into any of those roles. And he's perfectly adequate at centre-half, if a little bit quiet. He's perfectly adequate as a full-back and has got a decent cross on him from the right-hand side at least. And we saw him score from the left-hand side against Norwich, I think, a couple of weeks ago. But for me, he's a central midfielder and he's box-to-box. He is dynamic. He will grab hold of a game by the throat and kill it. He's Brian Robson in a bigger body. He's an imposing figure for an 18-year-old lad. I see no limit to this lad's potential. Now, some people have compared him to Pogba. I think that is entirely lazy and a complete misunderstanding. He's far more aggressive than Pogba. He's far more defensive than Pogba. He's just a pure box-to-box machine. The best one I can compare him to, honestly, is Brian Robson. Maybe he's not quite got the goal-scoring ability of Robson, but he has chipped in with a few goals, so maybe that might be something that comes into his game as he matures and he finds his position. Where will I expect him to fit in tomorrow? As I said a second ago, it's probably going to depend on injuries. I hope Louis van Gaal does what he does with Regan Poole the other night, where he just basically flung him on to give him his debut. So I have no idea where he's going to end up playing. I am trying to make this an Arsenal preview as well, but I'm just too excited for this tomorrow. If he comes off the bench and scores, I'm marching straight into that mega store and buying a shirt with his name on. I haven't bought a shirt with a name on since I was about 14, I don't think. But this kid is the actual real deal. Arsenal. We're in trouble, aren't we, if we play Carrick at centre-half alongside Blind. I think we need somebody with a little bit of pace. Hopefully Rojo is fit, and if Rojo is fit, I would prefer him over Carrick, although I'm not sure Van Gaal's going to like two left-sided players in there like that. I think Varela needs to play again because he was phenomenal the other night. Riley needs to play because I think you'll actually see a better Joe Riley tomorrow than we've seen in the previous two games. And that's because his best work comes when he's under pressure and when he's defending. He's not an attacking fullback. Certainly not on the left-hand side anyway. He could do a job like Luke Shaw because he's got the same sort of stocky, direct build and play that Luke Shaw has, but on the right-hand side. So maybe one day you might see both of them bombing down, which would be good to see. But I don't think he offers as much being a right-sided player on the left flank. So you're probably going to see a lot of work from him tomorrow if he plays. Now, if Rojo's fit, I would expect Van Gaal's more than likely to move Blind to the left and put Rojo there, probably alongside Carrick, to just give us a little bit more experience. Defence is what worries me tomorrow. I think we're absolutely fine and dandy going forward. Memphis is going to have a massive game tomorrow. If he can continue the trajectory that he's had the last few games, then he could really announce himself to the Premier League, and it'd be about time, wouldn't it? Up front, there's rumours that Martial's at the hotel, as well as De Gea, as well, actually, tonight. But that could just mean that they're in the squad. A hamstring's not something to mess about with, especially with the amount of injuries that we've got at the moment. So I wouldn't risk Martial. I would rather just throw this game away and not risk losing him for longer by aggravating it. And I would just run with Marcus Rashford, because I think the kid deserves it, in all honesty. He couldn't have done anything more than he did on Thursday night. And I'm not saying that he needs to start over Martial going forward. But I'm saying if Martial's any doubt whatsoever, then why risk it? Why risk his future and our own future further down the line for one game where we're so depleted that we're backs against the wall anyway? If you're offering me a draw right now, I'm taking that right off you. Not a problem. On the wings, I think we're likely to see Mata in the middle. It's got to be Memphis on the left-hand side after that. And honestly, I want to go with Pereira. I want to go with Pereira over Lingard. I said, I'm not dropping him. I just want to see Pereira get a start. I think you're giving him 90 minutes and you're going to see some magic from him. I know it's not a game to start messing about with rotation, but you know what? Fortune favours the brave. Let's just absolutely go for it. That's it for my Arsenal preview / getting giddy about Timothy Fosu Mensah. Drop us a like, drop us a comment about how you think the side's going to line up. Have you seen Fosu Mensah in the academy? And what do you think about him going forward? Hit that subscribe button if you don't mind. And I'll be back tomorrow after all the full-time Devil stuff with a match review. Hopefully happy that we've got a debut, and hopefully happy that we pulled some points out of the bag, because at the moment it looks kind of bleak, doesn't it? Thank you for watching. See you soon.